my dear Leo. This is your love and spirituality reading for the month of March 2019 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. We are soon entering into Pisces season, so happy birthday to all Pisces out there. And I read for the signs in the order of most liked videos. And if you do hit the thumbs up button, you are truly helping my channel to flourish here on YouTube. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And thank you so much for all of you liking, watching, commenting, donating, and subscribing to my channel. I am so grateful for all of your appreciation. This is a general reading for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. And for this reading, I will use the Crystal Tarot by Elisabetta Trevisan. This is how it looks, the deck, the box to the deck. And I will start shuffling your cards. So, my dear Leos, see what's going on for you. When I open your deck here, I see Two of Swords together with Ten of Wands. So it seems like there's kind of a wall of silence, or it's not really in action, because the Ten of Wands can be very much action, to the brink of exhaustion kind of action. But it seems like the natural instincts are being held back by someone, either you or possibly an air sign or any other sign. So there might be silent treatment, and with the Ten of Wands, it's kind of a little bit of a bossy feeling here, where someone is really have taken control over their passions and emotions, and that might of course be Leo, since it's fire here. The Two of Swords is usually connected to Libra. Two of Swords is about being diplomatic, about not being in conflict, not engaging in conflict, silent treatment, being a little bit passive-aggressive. Sometimes with the Two of Swords, we're trying to avoid some kind of hazard or difficulty, or avoid getting into a conflict of sorts. So the Two of Swords is both diplomatic, but it's also it's a situation where we kind of put a damper on things, and we are not fully listening or following our feelings. So we're trying to do something in a very logic way, usually out of fear of some sort, and we don't want to do something out of the fear of the consequences. The Ten of Wands is kind of the same thing, but it's more volcanic. It's volcanic. It's like a volcanic eruption being held back because of fear of the consequences. Okay. So I call the Divine with Love and Light, and here we have a little Knave of Chalices. That's a Page of Cups together with this Ten of Wands. So it's kind of indicated what's being held back, and it's some kind of love or appreciation, or maybe a compliment of some sort, or someone wants to say I love you, or you want to say I love you to someone. It might also be that we are holding back on some dream we have. The Page of Cups is very dreamy, so we can see he's dreamy here. So it's someone dreaming about something that they might think there is bad consequences if they would approach with their dream, if they would tell someone how they feel, or if they would start to move towards their dream, that there will be some kind of consequence that they don't want. It might also be that sometimes the Knave of Chalices is very fragile. It's kind of the jellyfish part of us, the baby that once came and have a lot of needs that wants to be met. And if they are not met, this kid can almost be, we can lose our child's soul part. It can be dying somewhere with unfulfilled needs and a broken heart. So it might be fear of a broken heart that makes a person prevent themselves from reaching out, or reaching their dream, or communicating in some way, since the Two of Swords and Ten of Wands is kind of holding back communication. So I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have 10 of Cups together with the Knave of Chalices or Page of Cups, And it shows that there's a great love behind all this. And now we have both 10 of Cups and 10 of Wands, so it's a lot of passion here, a lot of love being felt. And in that kind of situation, we can also feel that there's a lot of risk. If we love someone or something to the brink that we can't live without this dream being fulfilled or the love being met, we might hesitate, of course, to communicate or move towards that dream, because it's so important for us that this dream comes true. Very interesting. Beautiful. 10 of Cups is kind of eternal love. So it's not something that you could, brush underneath the carpet and hope that it will go away. This kind of love can, last 10 years after the situation have broken down, or, it can be, it can last with you to your dying days. So it's not something that you can walk away from easily, or this other person might not be able to walk away from it. They might have a open heart for you, but afraid to communicate it in the fear of consequences. So there's different things that can make us fearful. There can be also maybe this person is already married and doesn't want to jeopardize that kind of situation. Okay, so I call the 6 elements, and here we have the 5 of Pentacles together with the 10 of Cups. So the 5 of Pentacles, I think someone might feel that they are out of your league. They are not good enough for you, or you probably don't love them back, or you might be feeling this. The 5 of Pentacles is a situation where we have a low self-esteem and we think that we are useless or not worth the love that we want to reach, or we are not good enough to reach the dream that we want to reach. So we think that there's a personal problem with us that will make us being unable to fulfill our needs. So someone has a real crappy self-esteem in this situation. And that doesn't really sound like Leo, but of course, if you have had big dreams and they are not coming true, everyone will feel this in that kind of situation. Okay, so 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water. Jumper, Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. Water, spirit, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Leo viewers. So I want my dear Leos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. And we have this Ace of Pentacles again, 6 of Wands, that's the victory cards, new beginning, victory, judgment day, and the jumper here, 7 of Cups. Okay, so I'm thinking you feel maybe love for someone, but you don't believe that they love you, or that their love is true, or you might have gotten some kind of offer of some sort, but you don't think it's genuine. With the 7 of Cups, you probably suspect that there's some fishy business, or someone isn't totally honest or genuine, or their feelings aren't in the right place, or the person wants to give you gold and big forest and the kingdom here and there, but you don't believe that this will actually happen. So I'm thinking you're dealing with an energy that might be in some way making you feel that you don't trust this situation. It might also be that a person doesn't trust you because of the same reasons, or because they have some kind of issue with their emotions. 7 of Cups is usually on like emotions that haven't been worked through. If we avoid difficult emotions and just move on with our lives, it will pile up like this, and the primordial swamp will always be waiting for you to throw itself over you whenever you go a full lap, we can say, and come back to the problem, and it's still there. It's like it's unresolved emotional issues here. So someone hasn't dealt with their emotions, and they kind of don't want to deal with their emotions. They rather tell a lie than tell how it actually feels or how it actually is. So it's filled with illusion, this card. It's like the minor arcana moon card. But despite that, this might be the big issue, but the truth underneath is that there's a destiny here, a destiny for success and a new beginning. So that is what we can see, but probably someone is refusing this destiny because of their fear of their own emotions. So I want you to find yourself in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success, Seven of Cups, and be able to walk a tower on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So the tower in this case is good news. If someone finally, stumble and fall and need to face their emotions. For example, we can have situations where we slip and fall and break a leg. So we can't run around like crazy avoiding our emotions. We will sit there with a broken leg and cry, and that is the tower moment. That is how the divine is kind of steering you off your direction, because you need to face something that hasn't been faced. So this might either be you or the person that you're dealing with that has these kind of avoidant behavior. Okay, so I will just tune in to you and your reading for a few seconds here. Okay, so for some of you Leos, it might also be this, that you're putting in a lot of work and effort into something to avoid your emotions. And you want this new beginning and kind of want the old to be just gone. But with the Judgment Day, it's like the old being brought back. So it's no use for you to try to run away. If you don't want the old situation back, you really need to work through it, maybe through psychotherapy or dream work or regression, past life, working through your past lives, things like this. Okay, so my dear Leos, this is your future there, and this is your now, and this is your past. So in the past we have the Four of Cups, and it's a situation where we're kind of satisfied, but we're not over the roof happy. It's just a situation we have put ourselves in a rather comfortable emotional situation, sometimes avoiding to accept offers because we don't want the drama, or we don't want the flare up of emotions. If, for example, it can be a person avoiding a relationship because they know how they become in a relationship, so they don't want to even enter it. They rather stay in a kind of satisfied situation, but where you don't live your full life. You don't cry all your tears, you don't laugh all your laughter. You kind of live in a little bit of a level without the ups and downs. So with the Four of Cups, it's usually what people try to reach. They want to have a stable relationship, stable income, a stable house situation, stable situation with their children, stable situation with their friends, so that they don't have to live through anxiety or drama. But sometimes when it's like this, it becomes also boring and unfulfilling. So we can see that there's an oscillation with people wants to be in a secure environment, have like eternal love, and everything is in its right place. But when they have got to this paradisic state, they do something stupid to destroy it. For example, be unfaithful, or start to sleep in so you don't come to work at time, or buy too much so you can't pay your bills and keep your house. So usually when people end up in a paradisic state like the Four of Cups, they do something to to whip up some excitement. This is a little bit what I'm picking up with this Four of Cups here. So you might have choose like a stable situation in front of, instead of some kind of drama, but you might also kind of seek out the drama because you want to spice up your life. So you might be a little bit bored, okay? And here we have the King of Cups or King of Chalices. So King of Cups, it's someone that loves you, and with together with the Four of Cups, it kind of someone loves you in a stable way over a long period of time. It might be a Scorpio, Pisces, or a Cancer person. Can be any sign, but it's pointing to a water sign. But this is also showing a person in love. King is a very grown-up person, so it's a mature person. It's not a person that's joking with you, or playing hooky, or wasting your time. A king is usually a person that's they mean business, okay? And this is future. And here we have a Three of Cups. So we can see the Four of Cups has transformed to a Three of Cups. Four of Cups representing the emotions of an emperor. It's connected to number 4, the emperor. Stable things like a kingdom lasting for a very long time, and maybe having a lot of control over its inhabitants. So nobody do any dramatic crap that will that will disturb the peace in this kingdom. The Three of Cups is connected to the Empress, and here it's alive. It's more alive and breathing, and breathing also. It's fertile, okay, not just the breath, but also babies can come from the Empress. She's the Stargate. We also have the feminine aspect, which gives growth in nature, growth from animals to babies, animal babies, eggs, things like this, everything that's very fertile. So here something is really growing. It might be a situation that has been stable and kind of a little bit boring, or it can be a friendship situation as well with the Four of Cups, where we kind of enjoy each other's company, but it's no passion. But with the Three of Cups, there can be passion, can be introduced, and something new can start to cook and eventually become born, okay? So this is your past here, and we have the Moon card. So the Moon card is actually very great in this position because you had the Four of Cups and now the Moon card. So it seems like actually Leo has been staying with their emotions, not running away from them, actually staying with them, digesting them, accepting whatever situation you were in, instead of trying to or wanting it to be different. I feel that you have accepted your situation, accepted the fear and the feelings that might have come from not getting maybe the absolute dream, but I think it feels like you have chosen harmony over some more passionate situation, and when you did that, you also had time to process the emotions of the Moon card. So you might have had time to process old emotions from old situations, maybe dreams that wasn't fulfilled, career dreams, relationship dreams, housing dreams, whatever, friendship dreams. Whatever dream you have had might have been something that you had to put on a shelf, and then dealing with the aftermath of that decision, which actually gave you inner peace, but maybe were a little bit boring. But with the Moon card, I'm thinking you needed to have a time where you weren't full speed on your energy, but actually going a little bit inwardly and digesting what has been, so that you could be free to move on into the future without remorse or regret or anything like the Seven of Cups lying and disturbing and waiting to attack you again. This is a situation where we really have had a possibility to work through our emotions in the way I told you, through psychotherapy or dream work or regressions. This is everything like this is in the Moon card. It's past lives, dreams, psychotherapy, things like this. So I'm thinking you have been staying with yourself, not running away from your emotions, staying with them and dealing with them. So it seems very, very super healthy, actually. Okay. Next card is the Three of Swords. So it seems like there was a big reason to why you had to go into a little bit the dark night of the soul to sort out your emotions and heal them. And it's because of heartbreak of some sort, some kind of rejection, some kind of betrayal, some kind of backstabbing behavior, or something that have made you sad to the bottom of your heart, kind of sad, with the Three of Swords. And we can see it almost looks like the fish is floating upside down here. That indicates death, and fish in dreams is your tiny small emotions swimming around in the sea of your emotions, or the sea of your subconscious. The sea of your subconscious is, of course, the Moon card. So again, it looks very healthy. It seems like you have been really dealing with, you have faced your fears, you have faced what maybe someone have done to you, or maybe what you have done to someone, because sometimes it can be maybe you rejected someone that you later turn out to feel love for. So these kind of things also needs to be digested, and everything needs to be put into the right place. Acceptance, okay, I should have done this instead, I didn't, so I accept that the outcome is this instead of how it could have been. So for many of you, you are processing what could have been, and it might be you being the reason to things didn't go the way you it was planned or destined, or someone else did, and there's regret and remorse. Either someone has put remorse, like given you this situation by their choice, or this situation came out of your choice. It doesn't really matter, because the pain is usually equally. It's just if you haven't been the reason to this betrayal, you will feel more helpless and more like a victim, and that needs to change by you accepting the situation, and thereby when you accept it, you kind of master it. You kind of grow to face it, and that is how you release yourself from these kind of betrayals, by acceptance. Next card here is the Seven of Wands. So that is a very natural reaction to these kind of situations. You have put up a little bit of a wall here. Seven of Wands, it's when we are very loyal to ourselves and become like a door bouncer. We decide what is welcome to enter our lives and what isn't welcomed to enter our lives. And this is because the realization that you made in the Moon and previous heartbreak or betrayals. So you now are more sharp and more awake, and not so much of a pushover or a person that can easily be persuaded into something that they really don't believe in. For example, yeah, it's going to be so great, you're going to have this and this salary, and you're going to be fly all over the world, and then it turns out that you're sleeping on crappy motels, and and here it's like you're learning to trust your own instincts. And even if it sounds like a beautiful dream, through your experience, you know that this is actually going to make you disappointed or even heartbroken. So you have put up a shield, okay? Next card is the Queen of Pentacles. So Queen of Pentacles you might be dealing with a Virgo, and Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus person. But it most likely showing an aspect of you where you have become more rock solid, okay? So you now love yourself more. You know your own value. You know how to be stubborn, okay, to not give in, because the Queen of Pentacles is very stubborn. She's earth, rock, things that lasts forever kind of thing. She also have like this wife quality, or a teacher or mother. She can sometimes be a daughter as well, and then it's usually this very productive daughter that's very helpful and responsible. So she has a lot of great qualities. So it seems like you have damped down your fiery energy with using it to protect yourself, and you use this earth energy to nurture yourself. So you're kind of becoming a little bit self-reliant. It's almost like a farmer living on their own land and living off what the land is giving them, instead of trying to make this exchange with other people. So it's almost like you have started to farm your own land, your own capacity, and your own self-love and all these things. This can also be a person that you are putting up boundaries towards. It can also be a situation where you have someone helping you put up boundaries. Okay. And next card is the Judgment. So it's something with this wife kind of quality that's being rejuvenated. Judgment it's something that has a great destiny. It's almost like you have finished some big mission, okay? And during that mission, you learned to process your feelings, you learned to put up boundaries, and you learn to love and nurture yourself. So that is how it looks from my point of view. For some of you, this will be a situation where you still have issues to deal with together with Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus person. It might be also having to deal with mother issues. For example, going back to your childhood and becoming your own mother, instead of and putting in place a better mother than what your mother at the time of your childhood was able to perform, because people usually always do their best out of their capacity, but sometimes it wasn't enough for you, since you have all these heartbreaks here. I think now you have installed your own mother inside of you that takes much better care of you and protects you and stands up for you. Kind of the person that calls to other parents in school and say, your daughter have bullied my son, and that kind of person that's very steadfast and doesn't back down, don't become fearful, actually is very secure and grounded. Okay, so it looks good, it looks healthy, it looks like you have processed a lot of things and accomplished a lot of things, and that you have grown up. You are not a little helpless baby anymore that is the victim of the tidal waves around you and what other people do. You have kind of become a grown-up person that take a lot of responsibility and are able to protect yourself and also have a very good judgment. So that's great. And this is your now. And in the now we have a King of Swords, comes underneath the Moon card. So this is someone that might be involved in your past life situation. It might also be a person that is past life. It can also be someone that has shown you the road to what you needed to see. King of Swords is sometimes can be a little bit of a difficult person in your life, because they are working with this judgment skill. So they are much more logic than emotional. And Leos act from the heart, very passionate. So it might have been hard for you to learn to use the more logic side of you. You have always had it, but Leos being very positive and future oriented, and also oriented towards love and eternal love and the heart energy, might not have wanted to step down from the dream in the way that you had to. But it seems like you have also mastered this quality now, to become very logic and to see things as they are, instead of seeing the dream you want to have in that place. So this is also very supportive. You might have been challenged into this position, or I thinking it's kind of obvious that you have been challenged into this position, but this is what you won. A very great judgment skills, where you are very logic. You're still, able to see everything in the Moon here, because this King of Swords is a little bit unusual. He's connected with the Moon card here, and it's almost Pisces quality to him instead. So you might be dealing with a Pisces or Aquarius. We have Gemini or Libra as well, and you have two kings here, the King of Cups and King of Swords. So it might be that you are dealing with both these different qualities inside yourself, feeling a lot of love, but also seeing the truth of the situation, that this or feeling a lot of hope, having a lot of dreams. Maybe you want to take this aeroplane and travel to all these countries and, you know, hope that you will actually get what you have been promised. But here you have a big mix of everything. It's like you're starting to become more balanced. So you have the big dream and the big heart and the big longing and everything, but you also see things. You can see true illusions. So it's a very, very good situation for you, where you can be able to make very good decisions for your life and for your future. With the Moon and King of Swords, it can also be some kind of authority in your life, helping you, guiding you towards the kind of solution we want to see. So it can be a psychotherapist, for example, helping you, guiding you through the landscape of the moon. It might also be someone that have been in opposition to you and faced you in some way that made you stronger and able to see through illusions. So someone coming with illusions so you can see through illusions, as this Queen of Pentacles might have challenged you, so you became more stubborn. This might have lied to you or deceived you to make you see through lies and deception. Okay, and the next card here is a little Knave of Wands. So that's the Page of Wands, comes underneath the Three of Swords. So it seems like you have a King of Cups and a King of Swords. It might be the same person. Someone wants to come through here and communicate with you. Might be two people or one people. It might even be three people. But most likely it's one or two people wants to communicate with you. Wants to reach out to you. This might also be you much more able now to follow your dreams, because the Knave of Wands follows the dreams not only for him or herself, but for the greater dream that is containing all the dreams of the universe, of creation. So it's life's longing after itself. So sometimes we can feel very guided to follow a certain path, because it's destined that we are following it. But to follow this path may have cost you or someone else dearly. And it hasn't put a damper on the dream. The dream is the same. And maybe we are just more skilled now and more grown up and more mature to actually reach the dream. We have the capacity to reach the dream with these kind of kings behind this page. So there might come to a message for you from these two kings, or you are doing something that involves emotional energy and logic energy, and it's like a soul mission where you mix your emotion with something logic. So logic can be it can be like an architect making a house by doing plans, writing the house, planning it, dreaming about it. So it's both dreams, the King of Cups, and the architect, the King of Swords. It can also be a person grown enough to communicate what they feel inside. So like a psychotherapist can be knowing about emotions a lot, being very knowledgeable and be able to share this with you. It can also be a situation where we write or we deal with law and order, or we give justice to someone. It's different things here coming through. Underneath the Seven of Wands, we have the three Empress. So the Empress here, the Divine Feminine in this equation, is very guarded. Okay, maybe to the brink of a little bit suspicious. Not suspicious, but feeling suspicious. Okay, because you have the Seven of Wands there. It's not, I don't feel any bitterness. I don't feel any anger or hatred or repulsion or anything like that. It's just like the guard up. Imagine that I have like a shield there. So That's the feeling I get, like holding up the arm and a shield. So she's not unreachable. It's just that she is more experienced. She's 3, the Empress. Here we have 3 of Swords, heartbreak. And here we have her stubborn cousin, the Queen of Pentacles. Both of these ladies are very fertile. It's like fertile farmland or fertile bodies. Farm animals, everything that's growing, like the basics for economy. So this can also be about a person's economy, that they become more logic, more skilled, more grown up dealing with their finances. Okay, so next card here is the Hangman. Hangman is 12, 1 plus 2, 3. The stubbornness comes to the edge here, really, because I feel that the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress almost deliberately have put themselves in this position. It's like refusing. I feel refuse. It's like I'm refusing my dream or what I want because I'm suspicious. We have the Judgment here. And I think this is really what you were supposed to grow into. This is very grown up, or a person going through a growth process, like where we become mature and grown up. It's like you're sacrificing a smaller dream for a bigger dream. You're not so easily fooled. You don't buy into everything that someone says. You can say, okay, so I listen. I might not believe everything you say, but I listen. So it's like tolerant, but also very stubborn. And I feel like this person could sacrifice something with a twink of an eye. And it's not because of anger, it's because of experience and stubbornnness. So that is what I'm feeling with this. So I'm thinking you have learned to sacrifice the small dream for the greater dream, and not accept like half of what you wanted. You want the whole shebang. If someone promised you this work or this relationship or this friendship or this house, it needs to be in the way that they promised. In other case, I think you will not accept the deal. Okay. It might also that you might want to sacrifice that person. For example, going to court, it would be a big possibility here. Okay. And here we have the World card. So the divine applause and say, yes, Eureka, finally you made it. So it's about trusting yourself and your own instincts to the fullest. Okay, not backing an inch. Proving to the divine that you actually have grown up and you are now ready to sacrifice any small dream for the bigger dream. So becoming more logic, more listen to your own experience, more in tune with the divine. So if you feel like, no, it's a big no inside of me, but I want to say yes because I want to be polite and nice, then you don't say yes. You say the big fat no. So you need to really be in tune with your emotions, even if your emotions wants you to the next minute say yes, because you might be guided very much step by step towards your goal. So 1 minute you will say, no, that's not the deal I want. And the next they come with something else and you say, yes, we go with that. So it can be very quick and rapid decisions also here, back and forth. But it's like the divine feminine inside of you, like your body, your emotions, your instincts have gotten much more authority given to you, granted to you by these kings. That's the masculine part of you. It's like this masculine part of you have accepted that the divine feminine depicted in all these cards. This is 3, 12, 21. 2 plus 1, 3. 1 plus 2, 3, 3. So 3, 3, 3. So the divine feminine doesn't want to accept heartbreak anymore. They are so stubborn that these kings here have kind of accepted her authority. So I'm thinking this will bring some kind of equalness in your life, more balance between masculine. The masculine can be, for example, depicted by authority in society and you as an individual. So this balance is more equal now. You are more equal to any authority in the society. So for example, if someone sends you a bill that's not correct, you will have no problem with calling them up and saying this is the wrong thing. You won't feel like, oh, I'm shaking in my knees going to talk to an authority. No, you feel very stubbornly that you are right, and you're not going to take no for an answer. So those kind of situations. So it seems very good. It's like a person maybe before didn't want to be even worse off than they were. They were already in a lot of pain, and they didn't want to get worse off, so they might have sold their dream to get some parts of the dream. It's like a person feeling very small and victimized, and then deciding that this is not the way forward, and totally change like this. Change, a big revolution actually. But I think it might have taken a lot of time to reach this state. But now your body is free. You don't force your body to do things it doesn't want anymore. You don't force your emotions to keep like, shut up. Don't don't destroy this now. Keep peace here. Don't tell that you feel awkward in this situation. You just go and tell. You say, no, this doesn't feel right for me. I can't go under these permissions. So self-esteem is what has been created. Very healthy self-esteem. That's great. Okay. So we move into the future. So this is kind of the now situation. And in the future we have the strength card, which is Leo. It comes to the moon, the King of Swords, and strength. So through facing your own emotions and facing your own fears of rejection, fears of being cast out, fear of not being good enough, fear of being wrong, all this kind of fear, a fear of being criticized, everything, you throw it out of the window with the King of Swords. King of Swords means that you are now your own authority, and that made you kind of super strong with this strength card here. So again, a card showing that you have grown up and become a mature, grown up person, male or female. It's just that your body and your emotions now have more authority. Before maybe it was logic, like if I don't go to work I will lose money, so I have to go to work. It doesn't matter, and then you end up with like a disease because you overruled your body. And what's the use of economy if you don't have your health? So here you are listening to your system, your instincts, your intuition, your emotional system, biofeedback system. So you can be more in tune with the divine creation, both nature, human nature, but also with the spirit world, because the spirit world is connected through Gaia, through the grid, the web of creation, together with your emotions and everything. So you're now reconnecting. It's like living on Pandora and connecting with the trees and the horses and everything, being connected again. So through the work that you have done, you have reconnected you with the web of creation. You are now not an astronaut lost in space. You are a human being connected to earth and to spirits. So it's almost like from now on, you will be like a bird, knowing when to move, when it's time to move because winter is coming, or knowing when to stockpile food because the winter is going to be cold and long, or knowing when it's time to dress in spring clothes because spring is coming. So things like this, you will be more in tune with everything. So that's super great. Okay. And Leo is Leo, of course. And we have a Two of Wands here. So Three of Swords, Knave of Wands. You will probably say no to some kind of offer that you feel is going to lead to heartbreak for you, or disappointment, or where you will be backstabbed. So it's connected here. It's connected to the Judgment card. That's 20, 2 plus 0, 2. So you're going to use your judgment skill to say no, or at least hold back until more is revealed. It's like you don't say yes immediately, which you would have done with your old Leo self. You would have just jumped the ship and say, yeah, against the future and adventures. But now you're more like, okay, so what's going to be on this boat? Are there going to be enough food? So it's not suspicions again, it's strength, okay? Strength coming from self-control and wisdom, which coming from the Judgment card. And here we have the Nine of Swords. It comes underneath the Seven of Wands, the Empress, and Nine of Swords. So that's a little bit of a sad story, because it tells that you still have the dream, but you don't feel like it will ever be fulfilled. We have 18 moon here, 1 plus 8, and the longing. 1 plus 8, 9, and this longing. So you kind of give up on something, and it's very hurtful to give up on this, because it's something that you truly wanted. It's like wanting the love from your parents, but knowing that they can never give it in the way that you need it. Or wanting your boss at work to see the possibilities that you have as an employee, and give you a chance, but kind of knowing that this will not happen. Or the troublesome lover coming back. This might be, since it's Judgment, it's someone rising from the dead coming back, and you know that this deception here, so you can't accept it, even if it's something that you truly want. So it's almost like I'm feeling a lot of sadness with this card. It's almost I'm seeing so many different things. I'm seeing a person sitting in prison, being tortured, and still refusing to give up their peers. So that's one thing I see. Another thing I see is two lovers meeting up, and the female in this case, or the person holding the divine feminine, is saying no, but going from that place with tears in her eyes. So that's the scales. I can see what's happening here. The scales can be from almost being a war prisoner to being a person that needs to give up a dream of love. Okay. And here we have the Sun card, and it comes underneath Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman. So that's a big breakthrough, that you could do this, that you can hold back even with tears in your eyes, and say no to something that you really truly wanted. Because with the Sun here, the Empress, she sees the deception and heartbreak. So it's clear as day, okay? It's not... it's still the dream is very great still. You still want the love, you still want the recognition, you still want these things. This is Leo again, and it's 19, 1 plus 9, 10, so it's connected to the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Cups that we saw. So you still want all the things that you wanted before, but you see when you are offered something that will not give this to you. So it has taken a long time for you to get here, and I'm thinking you're starting to become a little bit impatient because you wanted it quicker. But I think with this kind of process, what I'm seeing here, you are giving up on the impatience. You are just not accepting half answers or half promises or half of anything anymore, and you can see. For example, I can see a situation where a person is meeting their parents. One parent is still alive, might be a little bit on the narcissistic scale. And they go there to this parent with hopes in their heart that they will be able to have a nice time. But standing on the doorstep, they realize that, no, this is not going to be a nice time. I know exactly how this is going to end. And they turn on their heels and walk back to where they came from, and calling up their parents saying, I won't come today. I don't feel up for it, frankly. I just feel I'm going to be disappointed again. I'm calling you again when I feel ready. So it's something similar to this that will go down here, and that will be a big release and a big freedom. You have 19, 20, 21. So this is you being able to do something that you haven't been able to do before, and you do it out of stubbornness. Okay. Finally, you protect yourself from this. This is cruelty. This is heartbreak. So you don't let yourself be cruelty treated anymore. And that's a big breakthrough that will finally lead to, this is the highest card for love in the major arcana. It's when two holy people join in holy matrimony. This is two babies, almost a Gemini kind of energy. So I'm thinking this is when you heal yourself and your inner child from whatever it has been through for many, many lifetimes. So this is a real breakthrough. It's not just something that we do every day. This is something we do once, maybe every 10th lifetime. So it's a big breakthrough. And the next card is the Hermit. So the Hermit is showing you going on a very wise road towards even greater wisdom. Okay, you are using the wisdom you have obtained up till now to go on an inner journey or a spiritual journey, because you have Judgment and the World card above the Hermit's head. The Hermit is Virgo, as is the Queen of Pentacles. So it's very Virgo-like energy here. Virgo can be very... They want things well organized in a certain kind of way. And you might have opposed this energy inside of you before. Maybe you wanted to be less controlling, not have so big demands, not be so difficult and stubborn. And now you just, nah, it's fine. I will have my high demands. I will be stubborn. I know exactly what I want, because Virgo is very skilled, and it's a reason to why they are like they are, because they have a lot of experience and wisdom how to do things so they will become great. And you just align with this energy here now, and you decide to go with it. Even if you fear, with the Hermit here, you fear that you will have to go it alone. And it's a big possibility that you will have to go it alone. But go it alone, and it's you are closer to the biggest dream than you were when you accepted a compromise. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing here. Yes, so I will take a card from Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection. So I will take this for the lovers out there. So I will take one for the person that you are thinking of, and what they are feeling, or what kind of a process they are going through now when it comes to love. See what's going on with the loved one in your life. I'm feeling connected to a lot of different cards, so it's probably a little bit like different scales on things. Some people is here and others are here, and then there's someone here. Love doesn't have to mean near. So I'm thinking there's someone loving you from afar. They want to be with you, maybe, but they don't know how to reach out or how to get past the different door bouncers that you have here and the stubborn girls. So they probably decide to love you on afar. Some are better loved at a distance, for a while anyway, and that's okay. Besides, love doesn't really know the difference. Tally ho, the universe. So we have seen this with your earlier reading, that you have several suitors kind of beating around the bush, and this doesn't seem to change anytime soon. And maybe it's good, because it doesn't seem like you're maybe 100% ready to engage in something. With the Sun card, we would say that you were, but it's more like you're 100% ready to align with your true soul self. Than with someone else. So maybe there needs to be a down low when it comes to relationship and relationship exchange at this point. The love doesn't seem to go anywhere. It's still there, and it's very solid. The longing is solid, but the person might not feel that it's the right time. So they might also be very in tune with the divine and knowing when it's the right time to reach out and not. So I'm not saying that people are going to be on a great distance to you, because that is not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing an offer coming through, but you are rejecting it. And some people will be smart enough to know that, okay, if I reach out now with this offer that I have that's actually crappy, I'm going to be rejected. So maybe it doesn't have to happen. It's just out there. Everybody already knows what's going to go down. And for some of you, there will be people reaching out and probably fun times, but maybe you won't let it go closer than that. Maybe it won't be more than that. So for your how you are feeling towards this person then. Convince yourself, not others. The need to clarify, explain, or justify oneself in personal relationships is always self-serving. What's important is knowing the truth about why you felt the need, because it often points to insecurities that could be dealt with in more effective ways. Hi-ho, the universe. So this is kind of a little bit what I've been seeing in the whole reading, that this is what you have been doing. You have been always try to justify why you should be loved, and now you just you don't keep on justifying. Either people love you or they don't. It's not such a big deal. It's like, this is who I am, so take it or leave it. So I think you no longer try to convince others that you are lovable. They need to convince themselves that you are lovable, and if they don't think so, they don't have to be in your life. So that's what I'm feeling with that card. So we are also going to check on your spiritual journey here, which seems to be intense. So what's going on with some advice, for spiritual advice for my dear Leos? We have initiation and angel whispers. So you're walking up a stair here towards, I'm thinking you are on a very advanced spiritual road right now. And if you have been fearful of missing out the ascension process, I don't think that will ever happen, but I think you're right in the smack middle of it. You're kind of going through the door as we speak. 28. Angels whispers. In our everyday lives, we are constantly bombarded with different messages, all competing to be heard by us. Rather than plugging into overwhelming number of fear-based messages we receive from society or mass consciousness, use your awareness to hear messages of a higher vibration. Listen to the whispers of angels inside your heart. Ask your angels to help you hear the whispering of the universe so that you can live with greater understanding and purpose. I move my awareness within and discover the entire universe. That's what we're seeing here with the Hermit card, or all this reading actually, that you're moving your awareness within and discover the entire universe. My angels lovingly guide me, step by step. Say no, say yes, do this, do that. So you'll feel like you're being mastered by a master puppeteer. My angels lovingly guide me. The universe is full of timeless wisdom. I am loved. I choose love. So that's very important. And it's almost like her hands. I saw a heart there. And it's also another thing I felt here. Yeah, actually, I don't look at news anymore. I stopped maybe 1 or 2 years ago. I don't remember, because time becomes a little bit strange when you disconnect a little bit from the world like that. So I don't look into the news and the warmongers or that's not the good news anyways. It's all about what people are doing towards each other, what they shouldn't do, and try to focus more on love instead. I'm not telling you to become like not take your part in the world, but choose what part you want, because there's a fear-based propaganda almost being put out there to keep us in a fear vibration. And if you just disconnect from it and connect to the grid instead and the web of creation, you will be much more in tune with what's really going on. 35, initiation. Every stage in life is an initiation into a new higher state of being. Through these constant progressive initiations, we gain access to the strengths that help us grow in love and wisdom. Welcome these evolutionary passages. See them as an opening that leads you to work on your innermost being, so that you can be forever lifted up, the highest ideal, God. I am constantly being initiated into higher states of awareness. And I'm thinking we are on a journey where God kind of wants to discover themselves or itself. So we are all pieces of God, and we are cast out here to fall on our face and do mistakes and have all these experiences. So we will come back as a richer God. God will be richer because of our work to experience the world and learn how it works. So it's almost like we are here as God to discover the universe that we are a part of. So we are in the same, we are a part of, but we are also the whole. It's like we are an image. Every cell is an image of the bigger picture. Atoms are an image of the solar systems, and your body is a universe. So it's a lot to think about, but you are definitely a sparkle of God here to understand more and to learn more. And when we have got all the understanding we need, the whole universe is probably going to go back into a black hole and then make itself ready for another big bang. And that's how it goes on, like new universe, new. And it's the game of life, or the big play. So it's beautiful. Okay, so my dear Leos, I hope this helped. I want you to take really, really good care, and I welcome you back to my April reading that I will perform in the middle of March. Also, keep the lookout for my pick a card readings that I will put up now and then. Okay, take care and bye bye.